Chapter 41. Sister, this is the basic body forging method. I will show you, you study carefully. Yi Tian stood in the courtyard and personally demonstrated the basic forging method to his sister. Yi Yu studied very seriously, and in just 7 or 8 days, she thoroughly mastered the basic body forging method. After that, Yi Yu was able to cultivate freely. At the beginning, Yi Tian did not provide Yi Yu with the blood of the fierce beast, but let her lay a solid foundation, at least let her step into the level of martial apprentice, and then give her the blood of the low-level fierce beast to assist her in her cultivation. When Yi Yu was cultivating, Yi Tian naturally wouldn't waste time. After this period of cultivation, his strength had risen again, reaching 35,000 jin of strength, and after the increase of his high-level strength talent, it was equivalent to 350,000 jin of power. Such a speed of progress is enough to make countless martial artists embarrassed. But Yi Tian was still not satisfied, because he knew that he was only a high-level cultivation talent, and wouldn't the progress of those top-level cultivation talents, or even higher-level talents, be even more exaggerated? So, he must quickly improve his strength and copy a talent to enrich himself, and sooner or later his talent will crown the earth, or even the entire sea of stars. Soon, in a few days, I will be able to replicate the talent again. Yi Tian said with some expectation. This day, Yi Tian went to the wilderness, preparing to hunt another batch of mid-level fierce beasts. His cultivation requires intermediate-level fierce beast blood, and intermediate-level fierce beast blood is an incomparably scarce resource. Even if it's rarely seen in the black market, if it does appear, it will be quickly bought by the martial artists of the big family. Yi Tian could occasionally buy mid-grade fierce beast blood, but the quantity was too small. He is a high-level cultivation talent, and the speed of refining the blood of the intermediate fierce beast is super fast, so the blood of the intermediate fierce beast consumed far exceeds that of other elite martial artists. His own intermediate fierce beast blood has long been used up, and the purchased intermediate fierce beast blood is completely insufficient for cultivation, so he naturally needs to go to the wild to replenish it. But when he walked on the street, he suddenly found that many warriors were walking in groups, carrying large bags and small bags on their backs, and they could vaguely see a lot of supplies and daily necessities. The key problem is that these warriors are very unfamiliar, not like the warriors of the Linhai base. There are so many elite warriors. Yi Tian looked at a team and found that there were more than a dozen elite martial artists inside, and couldn't help but exclaim. The point is that there is more than one such team, and he has met at least 3 such teams along the way. It should be a warrior from another base. Yi Tian guessed. With so many martial artists entering the Linhai base at once, something big must have happened. Although the Linhai base and the Iron Tooth base have trade exchanges, it wouldn't send so many elite warriors. The key is that these teams are not caravans at all, but a bit like they came to stay. Yi Tian didn't think much about it, walked out of the base, and went to hunt the fierce beast. Meanwhile, Lin family, Lin Wanli, Lin Zi, and several other great martial artists all frowned. Big brother, is the news accurate? Lin Zi frowned. Lin Wanli sighed. The news came from the dark line of the Iron Tooth base. It must be true. I have long felt that the behavior of the Iron Tooth base is abnormal, and it is impossible to help our Linhai base so selflessly, and sure enough, I didn't expect them to fall into such a desperate situation. It seems that they want to move into our Linhai base. When he first got the news, he didn't believe it was true. But after repeated inquiries, the news was accurate. Although the Iron Tooth base is a medium-sized base, with 2 grandmasters and dozens of great martial artists, it is only the bottom of the medium-sized base. This time, a huge group of fierce beasts was found near the Iron Fang base, and the leader of this fierce beast group was about to transform into a king. Once the transformation was successful, the fierce beast group would inevitably expand, and the Iron Fang base would bear the brunt. If this fierce beast group can be stopped, the crisis of the Iron Fang base can naturally be overcome, but the key is that the Iron Fang base is not the opponent of the fierce beast group, and it is completely useless. As for seeking the help of the strong people in other big bases, it is hopeless. The Iron Tooth base has tried, and it is not able to invite these strong people at all. In order to keep the people of the base, the Iron Tooth base is ready to move into the nearest coastal base. However, the Tia base was worried that the Linhai base was unwilling, so it came up with a plan to open up the route for trade cooperation. The other great warriors of the Lin family are also full of worries. Once the warriors of the Iron Tooth base move into the Linhai base, the division of power in the Linhai base will inevitably be broken, and even the Lin family will no longer be in charge of the Linhai base. Big brother, why don't we refuse the warriors of the Iron Tooth base to enter the Linhai base? Lin then proposed. No way. Lin Wanli shook his head. We have already signed a contract with the Iron Tooth base. Once we violate it, the Iron Tooth base will have an excuse to deal with our Lin family. The Iron Tooth base is now using the excuse of trade to send a large number of warriors to the Linhai base step by step, saying that it is trade, but in fact it is a long-term settlement. We can't drive them away. Once a large number of warriors and ordinary people from the Iron Tooth base come over, the Linhai base is no longer our Linhai base. Everyone thought about it for a long time, thinking left and right. Except for helplessness, there was only helplessness. You can only take one step at a time. Lin Wanli said. In the evening, Yi Tian came back with some materials for the intermediate fierce beast and a large amount of intermediate fierce beast blood. Subsequently, he inquired about the situation with Feng Wolf and others, and then learned that the Iron Tooth base sent a large number of people to settle in the Linhai base, did not do business, and only rented houses and villas, as if they wanted to live here for a long time. And in the next few days, a piece of news came out. The people of the Iron Tooth base are moving out of the Iron Tooth base and preparing to enter the Linhai base. Even the people of the Iron Tooth base are building houses on the periphery of the Linhai base, preparing to expand the Linhai base to accommodate more people. For this move, the Lin family has no way to stop it. After all, the land outside the Linhai base does not belong to the Linhai base, but the wild area, and the people of the Iron Tooth base building houses in the wild area is not a violation of the rules at all. And the reason for the departure of the Iron Fang base has also come out. It is from the threat of fierce beasts, and the Iron Fang base is almost finished. When he learned the news, Yi Tian was also taken aback. It's a medium-sized base, and there are even 2 grandmasters in charge, so it can't hold up such a base. In this way, the coastal base is relatively lucky, and it is in a safe area. But once the Iron Fang base is finished, maybe one day the fierce beast group will run to the Linhai base, and then the Linhai base will also face the day of the base's destruction. You must become strong as soon as possible. Only stronger strength can ensure the safety of yourself and your sister. Yi Tian said urgently. Thereupon, he practiced harder, and his strength increased faster and faster. This day, he checked a large number of beast profiles at home, ready to find a super fast beast to copy the other party's talent. Suddenly, his gaze was fixed on the information of a ferocious beast, Black Wolf Leopard. Chapter 42. The Black Wolf Panther is a low-level beast, but it's faster than most mid-level beasts. What's more, someone had seen the Black Wolf Leopard near the Linhai base, but because the Black Wolf Leopard was too fast, even ordinary elite martial artists couldn't catch up, so they gave up hunting it. Little Chiba Forest. Yi Tian looked at this information and muttered. This is where the Black Wolf Leopard is found. Yi Tian didn't know much about the Little Chiba Forest. He only knew that it was very large and was said to stretch for thousands of miles, and the part that appeared near the Linhai base was just one of its ends or branches. The Little Chiba Forest is 18 kilometers west of the Linhai base, but few warriors enter it, mainly because there are no fierce beasts on its periphery. Most of them are just some fierce beasts. Only when you go deep into the Little Chiba Forest for a few miles will some fierce beasts appear one after another. Even intermediate and high-level fierce beasts will often be encountered, and the deeper you go, the more dangerous it is. However, the fierce beasts of the Little Chiba Forest hardly come out, so they have no effect on the coastal base. My cultivation has slowed down a lot. The Little Chiba Forest is indeed a good place to practice. If I can find the Black Wolf and Leopard, I'll have completed my goal. If I can't find it, I can also copy it if I see the right talent, and I can cultivate in it for a while. Yi Tian thought. In fact, he had already wanted to go out. After all, the Linhai base was only a small base, and it was very difficult to copy the right talent if he wanted resources, and it would only slow down his cultivation speed here. He was worried about his sister before, but now his sister has also started to cultivate, and the threat of the Mo family has been removed. As long as he hires a few more bodyguards to protect his sister, then everything will be fine. Who am I looking for to protect my sister? Yi Tian pondered. Suddenly, he thought of one person, the Wind Wolf. Wind Wolf is the captain of the Wind Wolf hunting squad. This squad still stays inside the base most of the time to maintain law and order, and the strength of this squad is not bad. As long as it's not an elite martial artist, the Wind Wolf hunting squad can solve the problem. Besides, he didn't want the Wind Wolf hunting team to protect his sister, Yi Yu, all the time, but just secretly protect her and take action when Yi Yu was in trouble. There are quite a few members of the Wind Wolf hunting squad, so he could just send 1 or 2 warriors. It's just a small thing. So, Yi Tian personally went to find the Wind Wolf and took out more than a dozen intermediate fierce beast blood as a reward. The Wind Wolf naturally agreed. Kochiba Forest. Yi Tian came here, and as soon as he entered the forest, he saw towering giant trees. These giant trees were very huge, tens of meters high, and some even reached hundreds of meters, and the diameter of each giant tree was 2 or 3 meters, or even 3 or 4 meters. After walking for hundreds of meters, Yi Tian found that this place was really as the information said. There were almost no fierce beasts on the periphery, only some fierce beasts existed. It's as if the little Chiba forest has an extremely strict hierarchy, where fierce beasts can only live on the periphery, while fierce beasts live on the inner perimeter, but they can't enter the area of fierce beasts at will. Of course, this is just conjecture and has not been certified. He ran for miles, through countless giant trees, until he gradually saw the figures of some fierce beasts, and then stopped. This is already the area of fierce beasts, so he had to be careful. After all, there are occasional high-level fierce beasts here, and some powerful high-level fierce beasts and high-level fierce beasts with special talents are not what he can provoke at the moment. For several days, Yi Tian searched for the figure of the black wolf and leopard in this area, but he didn't find it. But he hunted several intermediate fierce beasts and harvested a lot of intermediate fierce beast blood, so there was no need to worry about the blood of intermediate fierce beasts in a short time. If only I had the talent to perceive a wide range, maybe I would be able to find the black wolf and leopard soon. Yi Tian fantasized. As he walked, Yi Tian was pleasantly surprised to find a trace similar to a leopard or a wolf. Not 1 or 2, but a group. The black wolf leopard is a bit like a wolf, but it is a kind of leopard. Its claws are very similar to the claw marks on the ground. Maybe it is a group of black wolf leopards. Yi Tian guessed. Whether it's true or not, he's going to take a look. Thereupon, Yi Tian activated his speed 3 times and traced along the trail of the claw. After running wildly for a few miles, Yi Tian stopped. At this time, he felt a strong fluctuation of yuan force. There's a battle ahead. Yi Tian's expression was solemn. It's unlikely that you'll encounter humans here, so it's only a ferocious beast. It is normal for fierce beasts to fight fierce beasts. After all, there are too many fierce beasts to survive in a friendly way, and even the single race of humans has strife and fighting. After advancing for a few hundred meters, the sound of the battle grew louder and louder, and strange cries were heard. Yi Tian saw a flat land, and countless giant trees had already collapsed. About 1,000 black wolf leopards are besieging a gorilla, but it is the gorilla that has the upper hand. High-level fierce beasts, and they are not ordinary high-level fierce beasts, high-level fierce beasts that are comparable to the peak combat power of great martial artists. Yi Tian didn't dare to reveal his breath, tried his best to hide himself, and even activated the shadow talent to merge into the shadow of the giant tree. This gorilla's combat power is similar to the old man he saw that day, much stronger than him now. He is not an opponent, and his speed is a disadvantage. If he really fights with this gorilla, he can't run away, and the shadow talent can't hide from the high-level fierce beast, so he can only rely on the top healing talent to save his life. But if he can't run, he'll be beaten by the gorilla all the time, and maybe he'll really be beaten to death. Gorilla, don't mess with it! Yi Tian no longer paid attention to the gorilla, and set his eyes on the black wolf and leopard. These black wolves and leopards are his target, but the fate of the black wolves and leopards is very miserable. Hundreds of black wolves and leopards have been killed in the battle, but the black wolves and leopards have not escaped, and they are still besieging the gorillas, fearless of death. Hey, these black wolves and leopards just don't have the wisdom. They can't fight and escape. They have to fight to the death and not retreat. Yi Tian shook his head, thinking that the black wolf and leopard were too irrational. Suddenly, Yi Tian's gaze looked at one of the black wolf leopards as if it were glowing. No, It should be called the golden wolf leopard, because the black wolf leopard is all golden, and it looks like a very noble bloodline. And the other party is indeed noble. It is a medium-level fierce beast, and its speed is faster than that of a gorilla, and the gorilla can't catch it at all. But this golden wolf leopard can't break the gorilla's defenses. Hey, this golden wolf leopard's speed talent must be higher than that of an ordinary black wolf leopard, otherwise it wouldn't be so rebellious. But the intermediate fierce beast level is faster than the gorilla at the peak of the high-level fierce beast. It's incredible. It can't be a high-speed talent, right? Thinking of this, Yi Tian was short of breath. If he gets this talent, his strength will definitely skyrocket.